Hello everyone, this is ZRPG Revamped, and today I'm here to update you on the Gentleman's Challenge number 5, and just wanted to drop in and tell you that yes, I beat Tales of Vesperia. Yes, and I beat it, I don't know, when was it? I don't even remember when I beat it. Over the weekend at some point, but a few days ago. It might have been just been Sunday actually. Yeah, I had what a time with this game. Alright, first of all, I really do like the game. I like the bustling towns. They're really gorgeous visuals. I love the style of these games. I love cel-shaded games, and the Tales games do them especially well. I love the characterization, the way they cleverly did develop characters through skits, and then a mixture of in-game cutscenes as well as animated cutscenes. I think it was really well done. But the killer for me is the final boss. Alright, no problem really. If I had to fight the first two forms, it'd be no problem. I would have beaten it long before I did. But as an additional challenge by Darrow, when he assigned me this game, I had to collect all the fell arms and beat the third form of the final boss. And the third form is significantly harder than both of the other forms. Probably, yeah, harder than the two combined, I'd say. Basically, I was doing so well, like, so many times. I got him down to 100,000, which is exceptionally well, because his HP is, like, over 500,000. I got him down even lower than that, at one point. But then he'll use a Mystic Art, which brings everyone down to 1 HP. And you just really have to have the items at the right time. It's all about luck, about when he does it. If you decide to do it really later on, that it might screw you over. If he does it early on, it's not as bad, but that might mess you up later if he does another one. So a lot of it was based on luck, which I didn't like. Because I did things pretty much the best I could have done, considering. And he was constantly making me unable to use my arts when I went to overdrive, so I'd have to use a seal bottle, and that would really disrupt the gameplay and have to stop to do that. But despite that, it was very frustrating. I kept dying, but I think it was like, I don't even know, I can't say a number. I have no idea how many times it took, but at first I was doing it at like level 64, and then I went up to like 66, but I didn't think it would make that much of a difference, but I went to level 70 anyway. Actually, I think it was level 69. Because I just didn't feel like going. It take forever to level up in that place. The final dungeon itself is like really huge and kind of confusing, but the puzzles were pretty easy to find out and stuff like that. But anyway, aside from that, that's like the negative. And also combat. The combat in the game overall, I thought it got really stale a lot of times because it was basically a button masher. You don't have to use much skill. You really don't have to use any skill at all. It's basically BBBX is what I was doing, which is like a normal hit, and then block. Or BBBA for an art as well, like depending on how much MP you have left. But it was really a button masher 99% of the time, but only when the bosses came into play you had to do strategies to healing people, making people use their arts. What really annoyed me is a lot of times Estelle is basically the healer of the game, and you need her basically the whole time to be healing every battle, because her fighting really doesn't help at all. She just needs to keep people's HP up. So you can set that in the settings. You can say, help allies, use heal only, and stay away from the enemies is what I set it to. But a lot of times she'll run up. There's literally a point where there was 2 of us, and both had barely any health, so she thinks the best course of action is just to run in with her sword. But then I had to stop her. That's what was annoying with the final boss as well, is I'd have to do all the work for her. I'd have to make her use Resurrection, especially since she kept trying to waste our life bottles, and they were very precious in that final battle. I needed to conserve them all I could, because basically I like to use my life bottles on Estelle, and then she'd use resurrection on everyone else. So we need those life bottles for her. So I'd have to keep canceling the items, and it was really annoying. But all in all, beautiful visuals, solid voice acting. I wish the side quests were more addressed, because I know there were a lot of side quests, but you have to go out of your way at random points to random places, which is kind of annoying, because you basically have to do game facts or check at every place every moment you get to know these things. I did the waiter minigame. It was the one thing I did do in Dongrest, which was actually incredibly annoying. People were ordering 22 orders of a dish, and like 6 orders of those 22 orders. Like, it was insane. People don't actually order these things. There's no realism in them whatsoever. But I only care about the realism. It was the fact that it was seemingly supposed to be a memorization game in the beginning, but by the end they kept like taking back orders and adding more each time. I think it was impossible to memorize. Let me know if you actually did, but I memorized it easy in the first level or two. Then the rest is like impossible. I know Savin can relate to that. He was talking about how frustrating that was, but it got some good costumes, so I'm glad I did for some of them. I did for all of them except for Carol, so that's that. Carol ended up getting a better outfit later anyway. So I'm done with Tales of Vesperia. All in all, I think it was like 56 hours, around 56 hours in the end, which is kind of misleading because there were a lot of times when I got game overs, especially in the final boss. There's a lot more time put into there. So it was probably over 60 hours actually in reality. So that's that, but it doesn't stop now because I want to do Gentleman's Challenge Plus, which is basically just a second game that you also have to complete within the time frame. I didn't want a super long RPG. I requested that in hopes of not having to go through a huge long process, because it's hard to stick with one game for so long, and I did that with Tales of Vesperia. I just feared if I get another one I wouldn't be able to do it, plus there's less time than before, less leeway. So Daryl actually chose for me Klonoa on the Wii, and I haven't played much at all of this, but I did start it, and I'm up to 2-1, which you might think is actually like 5 levels or 6 levels in, but the first 2 worlds were like only have 2 levels in it, which I thought was weird, but it might expand later on. But so far it's okay. Nothing particularly special pops out. The music's pretty awesome, and the High Pow, I think his name is the he's this guy, the blue guy, and he's pretty adorable. So I look forward to seeing what this has to offer. It's a really nice change of pace from the last one, especially the last experience with the final boss, which almost ruined the experience for me. But yeah, this will be a nice laid back one. I'm tempted to this will be a game where I can just put on podcasts in the background, but I also hear it's got a really great soundtrack overall, so that puts me in a bind. So let me know if you really think I need to listen to the game while I play it, if that's a necessity or not. But yeah, oh, it's Hupo, not Hey Pow or something I said. But yeah, nice colorful art book, not art book, instruction manual. I'm just looking for things to show you. I don't know. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. The weekly inquiry number 4 is up if you didn't see it. I know it's really long. I'm going to try to, especially if you want me to, I will shorten it from now on. I don't want to, like, not discourage people from leaving responses because it'll end up being really long episodes. Maybe I won't elaborate because I kind of elaborated in every response, which I don't think is necessary exactly, but I do want to give them recognition for it. So yeah, make sure annotations are on, and guys, you can find all my contact info down below. my podcasts. Yep, at Hey Listen Pod, Twitter at ZRPG. Those are the main two. And you can find me on the forums and on here. So I'm thinking I got a video or two I'd like to record. I'm not sure when I will be able to do that. But I will be probably marking progress on this. Or since it's just plus, I might just do final thoughts. I don't know how long this is going to take. Looked up on howlongtobeat.com and it doesn't look like it's long at all, but that might just be wrong. Sometimes it can be inaccurate, so there you go, guys. Thank you for watching again. I keep repeating myself and then bringing it back, and then I just don't know. Luckily today I have no homework, really. I have math but one problem left. Whoop-de-doo. Spanish I might have, but that's really short to do. Why am I talking about random things right now? Do you want to hear this? I don't know. Give me any video ideas, as always, as well, because I'm open to those. Yeah. Whoa. I wonder what that looks like. I can't even see it, so yeah. See you guys later. Jeez.